All right, we're going to call this one How to Fall a Tree. A lot of people don't know how. A lot of people do know how. The ones that know how, good for you. The ones that don't, I don't know what to tell you. This is a pretty simple way to do it. Um, I'll try to show you the best I know how to show somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing, so that hopefully it helps you. Hopefully you don't get in too much trouble. So the first thing you need is a level, any old level, as long as it's at least 2 foot long, maybe more, but 2 foot's good. A small one would work if you have to. Get you a level, get you a big hammer. Axe is better, but get you an axe, a wedge. Don't try to fall a tree without an axe and a wedge. There's something stupid wrong with you if you do that. If something happens and the tree starts to set back on your saw, even if you get saw out, then the tree's going to go over backwards on stuff you don't want it to hit, even if it looks like it'll go the way you want it. Don't try it. Anyway, so let's get with it. Example of a tree. Now, the bottom of it, it's going that way. It kind of curves that way though. So when you look up it, if you look real careful, I can tell it leans the other way, more down from this angle, from this side. But now if we hold our level right in the center, okay, and the farther up I go, it's hard to see. We hold it right in the center of the stump, you can see, this is level right here. So the tree's more or less, it doesn't lean up, it doesn't lean down from this angle. But if you look up the tree, it's got a lot more limbs on this other side. Well, those limbs add weight up there, which is leverage. So that tree's going to want to go down from this angle. But if we walk, should be farther away for this. So if we walk over here and we look at the same tree, it actually leans that way down in that gully. It leans this way. So it leans to the left, according to me. But if I hold the level up here, real careful, I'm going to put it where I can see it, in the center of the tree. I get it level. It actually kind of leans to the right, even though it doesn't look like it does. So I'm going to try to put it to the right, because it's got a curve and you can't see it, but real good. But this here, it's got a real slight curve, and then it curves back the other way, and then it goes straight up. Because of it, it looks like it leans to the left, but it doesn't. But if you use a level, then you can really see. All right, so now we're gonna use a Humboldt cut. And fancy terms don't matter. You cut halfway through the tree here, level, and then you cut up to it. And some people call it a pie or a face it up. Whatever you call it, doesn't matter. You cut a chunk out of it, and then you cut level on the backside to meet it, and the tree's supposed to go that way. Now, don't cut all the wood. You want to leave 1 to 2 inches in the center. Cut right up to it. Don't cut crooked this way, and don't cut crooked this way with your bar or your saw, because if you cut off the corner on either side, then it's going to go where it wants to, and it's probably not which way you want it to go. It might go right over your head, smash your saw. If it starts to not go the way you want, and it starts to go the other way at all, or you even think it will, you put a wedge in there behind your bar, and then as you saw a little bit, then you tap, pull your saw out of there. If you saw as much as you want, you don't think you should saw anymore, and just drive the wedges in and it'll fall the way you want it to go. So I'm going to saw it. Okay, well, you can see that I saw it in a tree flat. And you can see, if you look at the top of the saw on the side plate, it's got this line, see it? So wherever that line's pointing, that's where you want the tree to fall. Okay, so they call those gun sights. So you're sighting in where your tree goes. Now I'm going to saw down below that about 3-4 inches, and I'm going to saw up to it and make a pie shape. Okay, and then once I get that out of there, I'm going to saw from the back to the cut I just made, level, and then hopefully it'll go where I want. Alright, well, you can see I cut the flat part to the flat part, and it fell the way, just the way I wanted it to, so it fell right out there, just like that, just like I wanted it. So that's the way you do. Then you mark it and saw your rounds. I didn't have to use a wedge, but I did put one in there just in case it started to sit back on me. And there you go.